Amy!
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be doing a Halloween themed 3/4 circle skirt. Since it's October, I'll be using the Walking Dead fabric that I got from Joann's. Let's get started. You will need the following materials. If you're thinking, hey Amy, what's a 3/4 circle skirt and what's the difference between a full circle skirt? A full circle skirt is a whole circle, and when extending it out when wearing it, it looks like half a circle. The 3/4 circle skirt is a quarter smaller when wearing it, and it's slightly angled on the sides, and same goes for a half a circle. Measure your waist where you want the skirt to lay. Mine is 27 inches. Find your measurement on the chart and get the measurement from the column 4 for 3/4 circle. The formula for a circumference of a circle is 2 times radius times pi. My number comes out to 36.11. The numbers in underline are the numbers different than yours according to your measurement. Then multiply your answer by 0.75 to find the 3/4 of our circumference. Then multiply your answer by 0.25 since our pattern will be quadrupled. The two measurements you need to remember is the one from the column and then your last measurement. Now draw a right angle with the ruler on a large piece of paper. Take the measurement from the chart and pivot from the corner, marking some points. Connect the dots in a smooth curve. Take the last measurement you got and mark the curve when you reach your measurement. Using your ruler, connect the marking with the corner to get a straight line. Add 1/2 inch of seam allowance to both sides and a 1/4 seam allowance for the waist. From the waist measurement, add your skirt length. Mine is 18 inches long. For the waistband, divide your waist measurement by 2 and add 1/2 inch for a 1 inch closure. Choose a width and multiply it by 2 since it'll be folded. Add a 1/4 inch seam allowance to the 3 sides. Now you can cut out the pattern. This one pattern piece will be quadrupled to make your skirt. One piece will be on fold and the other 2 will be its own piece. You will have 3 seams, and whichever seam you can put the zipper in, on the side or on the back. Now to cut out the fabric. To cut the front piece, fold one of the seam allowances down and put the pattern on fold. If your pattern doesn't fit on the fabric and you're off by a couple inches, continue cutting if you don't mind putting a little patch. Take a scrap piece of fabric and place it over the fabric and under your pattern. Cut around the pattern. Do this twice so you get both sides since the fabric is folded in half. Now you have your center front piece. Unfold the seam allowance so it's all flat and cut 2 pieces. Place the patch piece right sides together with the skirt and sew. Now you can top stitch so it lays flat. Next, take all 3 skirt pieces and sew a stay stitch around the waist with the 1/4 seam allowance. This is very important to secure it from stretching since the curve is on bias. Now sew the side you want the zipper to be. Mine is going to be on the side, so I'm sewing the side seam. Pin the other side seam to sew as well. Sew a base stitch for the opening of the zipper and back stitch at the zipper stopper. Use an iron to press the way you sewed, then press open the seam allowance. Place the zipper down on your chosen seam and line up the zipper teeth with the seam and pin on the right side of the fabric. Use a zipper foot to sew down the zipper. Sew about 1/4 inch away from the zipper teeth. When you get to the bottom, place your needle down and pivot. Sew about 3 to 4 stitches to the middle and after so it's an even rectangle. Use a seam ripper to rip open the base stitch. Now you can sew your other side seam right sides together. Now that you have the whole skirt sewn, you can sew the waistband. Place your waistband pattern on fold and cut one. Iron some fusible interfacing to make the waistband stronger. Open the zipper and place the right side of the waistband with the wrong side of the skirt and pin. Leave 1 1/4 inch hanging from one of the sides for your zipper closure. The other end should have 1/4 inch of seam allowance hanging. Sew the waist with 1/4 inch of seam allowance. Now press all the seams and press the 1/4 inch seam allowance down. Fold the waistband in half so it covers the stitches on the waistline. Now fold the closure right sides together and sew with the 1/4 inch seam allowance. Do the same to the other side. Top stitch the waistband as close to the edge as possible. Now sew a base stitch all along the bottom of the skirt. Use a pin to pull the stitches so the curved hem lays flat. As the edge ruffles, press it down to 1 inch for the hem and pin. Now sew the hem all around the bottom of the skirt. Then all you need to do is sew the skirt clasp to the closure and you're done! I hope you liked this video. Thumbs it up if you enjoyed it. Make sure to share it to all your friends and family. And if you like to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at Crafty Amy and Facebook Crafty Amy 93. Thank you for watching.